Your wellness, you will make time for your illness. So today we're talking about 5 simple shifts that you can use now to reclaim your emotional freedom. So here's what I would love to know from you first, right? Are you having challenges with emotional freedom? Meaning, are you having challenges getting yourself into a state of peace? Have your emotions been running amok? Have you been having challenges getting your attitude in check? Or maybe you've been having challenges with things popping up that are not serving you, and you've been having a time being stuck in the trenches of life a bit more than what you would like to be. If you are, and you have been, today is going to be amazing for you, because what I'm going to do is help you uncover what I've found from 36 years of being in the field of figuring out exactly what it takes to help identify what I'm feeling and then actually resolve it. Would that be useful for you? More than likely, right? See, these same tools are the very tools I've used to transform my life back from the depths of being fat, obese, and out of shape and suicidal and almost dead 3 different times. I say 3 different times because I didn't change my identity. I didn't change who I was being, okay? The emotional stuff we're talking about that today is one of the simple tools that I've crafted and used over 37 years of figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and then putting it into a simple system that you can use to uncover who you're being today, right? This is what we're talking about. Now, I've also left an option for you to get my ABRA diagram we're talking about right now, this body. This is what we're talking about today. These are all emotions, and I'm going to walk you through this today. You can get this image for free. I'll give it to you as an emotional cheat sheet. I like to say a reward sheet. I left my cell service in there. Just text message me, and I'll send you a diagram of this so you have it for yourself so you can use it. Now, also, too, if you're committed to taking your experience to the next level, I have my upcoming 30-day challenge where I will help you solve all these problems for you and basically help you with nutrition, mindset, adjusting, putting into your lifestyle, giving you the tools to track it. Basically everything you need in a bite-sized portion to help you thrive. It's not for everyone. It's for people committed to thriving, already doing the work. If you're not doing the work, this isn't for you. If you're already doing the work and you're ready for next level genius, this is where I can best support and serve you at, okay? And then lastly, if you'd like to have a conversation just on some one-on-one stuff or to get yourself unstuck, I offer a free 15-minute call for you. It's a $1,000 value, and I'll solve whatever problems you got going on and help you out. No strings, no questions asked, no payment, no nothing, okay? Lastly, our wellness app is live called Body First. I left information for you in the description area of my post. Body First, the first is spelt with a 1. Okay, and our app will take you through body weight workouts. All you do is follow along daily. There's mindset stuff, there's exercise stuff, there's food stuff, there's spirit stuff. There's a myriad of things for you to do and to be successful with. We've even got our own plan. Here, I'll just show you. We've even got our own planners. So we created our own planners after looking over about 20 or 30 of these over the years, and we crafted our own. So inside of our system, Core 4 Optimization Planner, we use, and I can tell you this much, I've used planners and I would say maybe organizers, and I write a lot in this one, which is great because it helps me to pre-plan my life and to actually consciously create it. And what you're going to find, and you already know this, when you can actually intentively and intentionally create your experience, magic happens, right? Now, I didn't know this for a long time. Like I said, that's why I've been 250 pounds 3 different times. I didn't know that I needed to change who I was being. But guess what? If you don't like what you're seeing in any area, your health, your wealth, your relationships, any of that, if you don't like who or what you're seeing, you get to change who you're being. Okay, now here's why I say this. You see right here, I was 30. I won first place in my physique show at 30. I'm 43. This is 13 years later. And now I'm in better shape now than I was here. How? Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about working smarter versus harder. A lot of this information I discuss also in our book called Think Great, Lose Weight. You can find on Amazon. Grab it. Now, let's dive in. Here's what I would love to know from you. As I go back and I'll check the replays and check the comments. For those of you popping in on the replay, leave your questions and where you're having your biggest areas of challenge, because here's what I will share with you, being very Brian with you. The information I'm about to share with you, I have seen create miracles every day. I use it every day. It's the #1 skill set that I use to transform my own experience. It's also the #1 skill set that I use to support my clients. And if you've been connected with me for a little bit or a long bit, You know, I do a lot of stuff with language and body language. And I will share with you that, Jesus, this stuff is so fascinating. Okay? When I say fascinating, it's fascinating. I have seen miracle after miracle after miracle happen with body language and language. And what that means, I'm just putting my shoes on real quick so that way I got some supports on my feet. So what that means for you is this. If you don't understand what you're feeling, but you know that something's up or something's off, you just don't know what, well, when's now a good time to figure it out? Because it's costing you. It doesn't mean it's going to go away. You don't get a hall pass or a kitchen pass. Okay, look at this. Here's what we're going to discuss right now, okay? This body right here is your body. It's anybody, okay? And there are feelings, your feelings, my feelings that will show up in these locations on here, okay? Now, like I said, make sure you text message me and I'll send this diagram to you. This is what I send my clients who actually get into my Abra series, which is a series, we're going to talk about some of it today, but I'm going to show you how to use the tools now. But this is what I give to my clients. I actually have them a pocket size and about the size of your palm so you can put it in your pocket. And then it has all your steps over here, 1 through 5, on exactly what to do. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and I'm going to work through this and I'm going to show you how to resolve fear. Okay? Fear is a prominent one. Can we agree to that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the tools and resolve it. Okay? So let's dive in. Now, the first A in Abra, like abracadabra, poof, the 5 steps. Step 1, awareness. Aware of who you're being. Okay, so let's walk through this. So as you look at this picture right here, when you have tightness in your throat, that's where sorrow or sadness shows up at. Okay? Drop down to your collarbone right here. You see this little notch in your throat? Take your finger and drag it down a little bit more, and right there is your thymus. And this is where fear will show up. Literally, you will feel like somebody maybe just got a knuckle and just put it in your chest. Right there. Fear. Okay? Right there. Right where my pinky is. Okay, and then below that, right about mid-chest line, this is where grief will show up at. Okay, right there too, grief. And then, right here, you've got stomach, which is where fear shows up. Now, this is important, okay? This is a big deal. Now, I've been this way right here 3 different times for a reason. I did not know what I'm about to tell you. I love to eat. And I eat to live, okay? For a long time, I would eat a lot, especially when I would go into public settings or be at events. I had social anxiety in my past. I did not know this. But what I did know is when I would get into social gatherings, I would eat a lot of food because I thought I was hungry. But I wasn't hungry. Here's the teaching point. What I was feeling was fear. Fear will show up in your stomach, on your body, like you are hungry. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what that means, okay? What that means is if you're unaware of what your body's actually telling you, if you're unaware of what you're feeling, not what you're thinking, I have found most times what people are thinking is not the same as what they're actually feeling. So no matter how many times we have this conversation, every time we talk, especially with my one-on-one clients catching this or my group clients, you know that anytime something's up, I say, what do you feel in your body? How many times? Every time. I say, what is going on in your body? Meaning, what do you feel? Because this will tell you what emotion is present now. That's the A. Step 1. Acknowledge or awareness of what you're feeling. Okay? Now, I'm going to add another layer. First off, do you mind if I add another layer? Just leave your comment and say, I'm okay. Or, I'm good. I'm open-minded. Here's why I say that. Okay? If you've ever heard someone stutter or heard yourself stutter, like hey, okay, you don't have a stuttering problem. What you do have is an emotional opportunity. You have the opportunity of getting really super clear on who you're being because the stutter is coming out because you're not feeling your emotions. Maybe not intentionally. Maybe you're unconscious to it. I was unconscious to it. Shit, that's why I almost killed myself 12 times. I didn't know that. I was unconscious to it. I didn't know what I didn't know. Right? Okay? So, when you have a 4 stutter, hey, whatever. The 4 is fear, which means when you hear a 4 stutter, you're hearing that because you're not feeling that. That's why your body says, okay, well, let's put out a stutter, see if we can get his attention, her attention, and to resolve it. Very important. Like what I'm giving you right now is elite level information. I'm not talking next level. I'm talking about elite level information. You understand this and you can master you. You don't understand this, you ain't mastering shit. Period. Okay? I'm telling you this because these are the facts. This is the truth. You do what you like to with it, but I can tell you not doing something with it is going to cost you tremendously. And if you don't know what I'm talking about now, it's already costing you. You just don't know what you don't know. And what I would love to do is help you know so you can actually be ahead of the curve and actually consciously create better experiences in your life, in your business, in your health, in your relationships, in your ability to communicate, influence, and inspire and connect with people that you love and people that you're choosing to do business with or life with. Would that be useful? Naturally, right? Imagine just how instinctively valuable and huge understanding this will be. Because listen to this. Did you know 7% of our communication is done by words? 7%. Even though words are astronomically important, they're only 7% of our communication. What's the other 93? Great question. Well, the other 38% is tonality. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? And then the last one is 55%, which is physiology or body language, which is meaning being aware of itches and scratches. Could be postural positions where something's stagnant and elevated statically like this. All of that is emotional information that we can use right now to uncover not only what, we can uncover what our highest self is communicating to me and through me. Now ask yourself, do you think that the wisdom that's coming from above through you is important to understand, to be aware of, to take action with and from? Do you believe that that would be important? Leave your comment. Well, I can tell you this much, it's profoundly impactful because when you can gather consciously and understand what your spirit's communicating to you through you, can we agree magic happens? And look, I see miracles happen every day with what we're talking about right now. Every day. Miracles are laws. They're higher laws lived in. You can create them because they're laws. Okay? So what I invite you to open your mind to today is the very simple fact that in 5 simple shifts, you can take control of who you're being. You can change that. And ultimately, you can change what you're seeing because you're able to change who you're being. Let me know if that makes sense. Because life doesn't give us what we want. Life gives us who we are. Can you relate to that? Does that make sense? Can you see the value in understanding that? Because look, have you ever had an experience where you've been doing all the right things, but the things that you don't want to happen keep happening? Why is that? Why is that? Doing all the right things and nothing's working? Why in the hell is nothing working? Well, there's multiple reasons why. One of the big ones is identity, meaning your blueprint for this thing you're working on is not in alignment with what you're consciously choosing for it to be. What's that mean? Well, that means we get to change who you're being. We get to identify who you're being. We get to identify what in you is out of alignment with the thing that you're choosing to be or the thing you're choosing to get. Something in your identity or your blueprint is not in alignment with the thing. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we're doing is growing. But let me ask you this. Without the proper tools to grow, can we agree that growing just ain't so? And we were not taught with this stuff. I didn't go to school to learn this. Matter of fact, I got 89 hours into college and dropped out and said, this is a waste of fucking time. Excuse my French. It was. I still think it is. Matter of fact, there was many people when I was running training departments for 24-hour fitness, there were people with degrees that I wouldn't hire. So, school part, I didn't learn what I needed to learn from there to teach you this, what I'm teaching now. You do what works for you. But here's what I do know. I do know this information works, and we're going to go through and actually give you a real-time example right now, okay, as we're diving into the fear piece. So far, just confirm and let me know this makes sense. Let me know that you're hearing what I'm saying. Let me know it makes sense about the stutter part and that you have emotions that show up on your physical body just like the dashboard of your car. That's why this is important. Because look, you don't get a pass. If you're not fulfilled, if you're not enthusiastic, if you're not rapturously enthusiastic most of the time, I'm going to invite you to consider there are some upgrades ready for you right now that will allow you to be so. And I'll help you with that, okay? To make sure you get your free image of Abra so you can follow along and put it in your pocket and use it, just text me. I left my number in there. And if you're interested in finding out more information on my 30-day challenge, I've only got 5 spots left. It is not for everyone. It's for the person committed to speeding up their results and learning some of the high-level tools and tactics and understandings and frameworks that I teach to my private flying clients. That's what my 30-day challenge is. It's called Rapid Results for a reason, because I'm going to help you understand what to focus on so you actually can make moves faster, okay? And then the last couple things, our app is live, body first. I left it in the description area. You can use the code BRIANJOIN, all one word, to access your 7 free day trial, okay? It is loaded. Fitness stuff, bodyweight workout stuff, everything you need to be successful from your phone or from your computer is all set up and established. Matter of fact, if you have a business and you're interested in building back into your employees, let's talk, because I can put you easily in our app, give you a whole system and infrastructure of our teams and coaches to coach your people and to help you have an amazing workforce of people who support and love you. And by adding value into your people, there's not a better gift you could give them. So let's talk on that. There's multiple ways that I can help come in and teach that kind of stuff. This is what we do for Leadership Austin here in Austin, Keller Williams here in Austin. Quite a few businesses we're doing this stuff for, so we can help you with that. Number 2, grab our book, Think Great, Lose Weight. So that way you have a resource. All right, let's continue diving in. So we're talking right now about Abra. We're talking about 5 simple steps and shifts that you can use to empower your emotional freedom now. The key is you need to understand what is actually present on your body, not what you think, because often what you think is not what you feel. Okay, we're working on that. So we have sorrow, throat, fear, chest, grief, solar plexus, fears in your stomach, and then the last one we're going to talk about is anger. Anger shows up in your back. Okay, now, first off, is this making sense to you? Second off, have you had some ahas or some understanding about who you're being and now kind of have some clarity on, oh, wow, maybe there is something going on that I'm unaware of? If so, great. And you need some tools to be able to resolve it. It's one thing recognize it, it's another thing to solve it. So if you're interested in solving it, just shoot me a text message and I'll talk to you. We'll set up a time to chat. Free call on me, 15-minute call, $1,000 value. I'll help you solve it, and I'll help you understand some resources that you can use, because look, this is really important. This last year, let's see, I'm 43. From 30 to 40, I did my best to forget everything I thought I knew. Literally. Everything I thought I knew was crap. It just didn't work. It wasn't true. So I literally, from 30 to 40, scrapped everything I thought I believed and just started from fresh on what I chose to believe. Can you relate to that? Now, on my journey, what I will share with you is this, is that having emotional tools has been absolutely profoundly paramount to my growth, to yours too. If you don't have emotional tools to identify accurately and acknowledge and be aware of what you feel, you're missing out on 93% of the conversation available to you. You're missing out on 93% of the communications available to you. Again, if you don't understand this, you're missing out on 93% of the communications available to you. Okay? Profound. Now, Abra. A is awareness. B is breathe, release, realign, and appreciate. So let's actually walk through how to actually do it, and I'm going to do it in real time. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to show you. Let's say, since we're talking about fear, here's how it would go. Okay, I'm going to coach myself, and I'm going to let you be a precipitant or a participatory person and paying attention, okay? Let's just say I was talking to someone, and I had a 4 stutter come out. And, oh, wow. Immediately, when you hear the stutter, you go into you and you check these 2 spots. If it's a 4, you're going to check your chest or you're going to check your stomach. Your stomach may be tight. You may feel like you're hungry, or you could just feel tight in your chest, like somebody just noogied you. Okay? So when I hear the four star, oh wow. And then I check in, oh wow, I do feel tightness in my chest. I do have fear. So here's what I do. Step one, aware. We just did that. What am I aware of? Oh, I heard 4. Point number 2, I checked my body and my chest is tight. 2 validations. 1, audible. 4, fear. And I'll teach you this stuff. It's in my Abra series. I'm just giving you something you can use now. 2, checking with your body, tightness in my chest. 2 validations, fear is active. So, step 1, we acknowledge. Step 2, breathe. You're going to push your breathing from your chest down into your stomach. As a matter of fact, throughout the day, the best gift you could give yourself is checking in with yourself to see where you're breathing from, your chest or from your stomach. Okay? Breathing from your stomach is ideal. This is the big deal. Okay? So, we have acknowledge, breathe. Now we're going to have release and realign. So here's the whole release and realign. Since it's fear, I will say, I give myself permission to feel my fear and it's okay. And here's the release and realign. I choose to love my fear into my courage and my faith. And I give myself permission to move forward. Now, my body, even though I was just coaching myself through this and I did not have any fear active at the moment of now, when I said that, did you see how my body goes, my shoulder blades pop back and my posture straightened up? That, friends, is real-time body language, meaning my spirit communicating to me by animating my body in a certain fashion that I was not consciously creating or intending to create. That's body language. And it, my friends, is fascinating. Okay? Now, let's continue this. So we have acknowledge or awareness, we did. Breathe, we did. Release and realign, we did. And appreciate is the next piece of the equation. But this is probably, they're all equally as important because the appreciation piece is kind of like this. Have you ever had old video games when you played video games and you have the multiplier effect, or you have this bonus room and you have all these things going crazy and all of a sudden you have all these coins and tokens and whatever else? Jackpot, how's that? Jackpot, I don't care who you are. Jackpot's like, yes! Okay? This is what appreciation is. Appreciation would go like this. Wow, I sure am grateful that Brian had this amazing little tool that I could use to transform my emotions. And I'm grateful that I feel great. I'm grateful that I have emotional understanding about who I'm being. I'm grateful that I have awareness and can acknowledge accurately and authentically who I'm being. I'm grateful that now I can use my Abra tools to change my being. And all I would do is just build this out. All I'm doing with the appreciation piece is literally just amplifying my vibration back up the chain. I'm escalating or ascending my vibration back up to lift my body up emotionally to make my frequency or my vibration higher. That's the A. Very simple, right? All right. So let's pause on that note. Let me know what questions you have, what challenges you're having in there. And like I said, if you're choosing to dive further in this, and you don't know what you're currently doing, meaning you don't have ways to identify this and resolve it, look, you need this. It's costing you tremendously, and I've created something specifically to solve that problem. Just message me. Like I said, use my text number, shoot me a text. I'll get you the Abra image. Bam. That way you can start using this, and that way you can start getting clear on who you're being. Because if you don't, it doesn't go away. We're not omitted from this. This is a real deal. This is why most people never achieve their goals, because they never change who they're being. They never change who they were growing up in life. None of it. And unless you have some understanding on how to do it, you too, my friend, will not be able to do it. Trust me. Look at this. Case in point. Almost killed myself 12 times. I did not want to be here. I did not know that. Suicidal, high on crazy amounts of drugs. There was not a time go by when I wasn't doing something because I didn't like who I was being. I didn't know that. I knew I wasn't happy, but I didn't know I was that unhappy. Question to you is this. What's your version of that story for yourself? Are you happy? Legitimately. Do you enjoy your days? Do you get out of bed being enthusiastic about your day, or do you get out going, oh man, here we go? Wherever you're at, be there. And wherever you're at, Get clear on what you're choosing to experience in your life. And know you only have one life, at least in this current meat suit, whatever that is for you. Okay? The objective here is to empower you with simple understandings that you can use right now to transform who you're being right now. That's it. That's my only outcome for anything I share, is giving you wisdom you can use now that works, that I've time tested on thousands of people. I've been doing this for 37 years now. Wow, it's crazy. It goes by so fast. I'm not saying that as one of these. I'm saying that because, look, with your permission, I'm going to be Brian because I don't know how to be frank. What I've found over the years is not common knowledge, not even common sense, because that ain't so common. Understand that there are laws and there are principles that we can align with that will drastically shift and transform who we're being does exist. And it is right here, right now. And I can help you with all of that. It just takes you being willing to make a choice to believe in yourself that you are worthy of receiving help. Because for a long time, I wouldn't ask for help because I didn't believe I was worthy of it. And I didn't know that. I wasn't conscious of it. I just knew I wasn't consciously asking for help, but did not know where the rub was, or the resistance, or the disagreement with me believing I was worthy of asking for help and getting it. You have your own versions of that. Whatever they are, it's fine. Objectively, if they're not serving you, when is now a great time to start making some simple changes? It's the only time. Look, if you don't do it now and you put it off for a year, you already know we've had a crazy year this year, and who knows if we'll even be here in a year. Putting it off is not going to work. Procrastination is going to cause your worst fears to come through. And here's what I'll share with you lastly. Language and body language are the fastest ways to upgrade or downgrade your experience. And unless you're aware of the things I'm sharing with you, you're not going to be able to squeeze the juice out of your emotional experience, and you're not going to be able to transform your life into what you know is available for you. And as your coach, as your leader, as your mentor, as your friend, as your brother, it's my commitment to help you understand that now and get clear on what you get to change now and actually help you do that. When I work with my high-level performers, when they come to me, fly me in, or I fly out there, basically what I'm doing is just getting clear on who they're being, getting clear on what emotional patterns are active that are influencing who they're being now. They're influencing their business, their relationships, their health, their sleep, their energy. All of it is being impacted by who they're being. When you can use Abra to get clear on what's active when you're triggered, almost magically in seconds you can resolve it. You can take it by the horns and you can twist it and you can take control of it and get your body to shift on your terms, not the other way around. Most people have zero control over their body. Look, we've been lied to. We've been lied to. In our entire experience, I really question everything that I think to be true. I would encourage you to do the same. Because just what we think is true may not necessarily be so. Unless we're open-minded, which is, in my opinion, the most expensive thing you could ever own, is a closed mind. If your mind's not open, you're not paying attention to who you're listening to, you don't understand about your training balance skill, like being willing to put in the work to become your best self, being willing to give up your time, your money, and your resources to invest in you to become your best self. If you don't love yourself and you're not worthy, you will never do that, which means you will never experience any peace, freedom, and fulfillment, and you will forever be in suffering, pain, and tolerance. I don't recommend those. I recommend you having some tools and having some support from myself to help you get into the game quickly, permanently, and to help you rewire your identity so your identity is supporting and serving and creating your life experience how you choose for it versus what you've been hardwired to defaultly create and receive and to be by it. So this is where we're at. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, please share it. Leave me your questions and let me know what questions you have, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. So other than that, have an amazing day. Remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Shoot me a text. My details are in my description area of my post. That way you can get your own image, and that way you can get your head on straight. That being said, have an amazing day.